Okay, welcome back to another video, my brothers. Today's video is titled 6 Things You Should Keep Private. Make sure you watch this entire video. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. The first thing is your plans before you begin them. There's this disruptive energy that starts making its way towards us when we begin talking about things that we intend on doing before we've actually made the first steps. Now, look, I'm a big believer in having a lot of confidence in yourself. And what I would do is, once I've begun the process of whether it's starting a business, creating a YouTube channel, once I'm in deep, once I've been doing it for some time and results start coming in, then I can start talking about it. Then I can start telling people, you know what? My plan is to get 100,000 subscribers this year. I can actually say that because people can then look at my channel, for example, and be like, fuck, this guy's making progress. But also, people will try and sabotage your plans before you've begun them, because a lot of people are intimidated with what you could potentially do. They know that you could fucking smash it and be fucking amazing at YouTube or at creating a clothing line, and so they will maybe try and advise you not to do so by giving you advice. Oh, listen, man, I wouldn't do that if I was you. It's too saturated, it's too this. And, you know, some of you are weak enough to listen to that. And I'm just going to keep it real. Because I've met guys before that have told me, Ali, I was going to do this, but then my friend said, and they actually listened. And they didn't do that. Your friend won. Your life is in the exact same position. Nothing's changed for you. And he's happy because you're not out there making moves. There's some weird people out there, man. I'll tell you that. They just don't want to see anybody else winning because it makes them uncomfortable. Okay? A lot of your friends right now, when I say friends, they're your friend right now because you're roughly at the same level. But once you start doing very well, then you'll know who your actual friends are. Because there's some fucking envious fuckers out there. Okay? The next thing that you should keep private is your money. There's no need, bro. There's no need to tell people, yeah, man, I make this much. I have this much in my bank account. It comes from a place of insecurity. If you're doing well for yourself, there's no need. Keep it quiet. Now, as a Muslim guy, I believe in the evil eye. And I know some people that are Christians also believe in that as well. It's basically, once again, disruptive energy. You start saying good shit that's happening to you. Then it gets jinxed. You know, then a series of bad events start occurring. People have sent fucking weird energy your way that has just disrupted everything. People cannot attack that which they do not know. I'm going to say that one more time. People cannot attack that which they do not know. Do not arm them with this information. I make this much, I make that much. Just keep it quiet. Congratulations, you're doing well for yourself. Keep it quiet. And don't be fucking announcing that to women either. Don't be going on a date with a woman and telling her, oh yeah, I make this much. Because I know a lot of guys are insecure in themselves. And maybe they feel like the only good thing I can really talk about is how much money I make. Maybe she'll be impressed with that. She won't be. Women don't actually care about how much money you make. They just care about being with a man who's ambitious and is making moves. But you saying, I make 100-something thousand a year, she will feel that you're insecure, that you have to mention the money in order to attract her. And that if you didn't make this much money, then you probably wouldn't be able to attract her. That's what she thinks. You know, I once saw this video of this guy who was on a date with a girl, and I don't know, he showed her his balance or something. No, she rejected him, yeah. And then he got his phone out, he opened his stock portfolio or some shit, and he was like, look, I've got 160,000. She was like, I don't give a fuck what you have. Okay? Money alone ain't enough for women, guys. So don't be sitting in front of a woman telling her how much you make, etc. You know, if she asks, just be like, hey, I do okay for myself. Don't even be like, I make 4,000. Don't mention it. I do okay for myself. She'll see anyways, through the lifestyle that you live, roughly how well you're doing and how much money. She can sort of calculate it in her mind. For example, a guy who is able to own several supercars, he ain't exactly doing bad, is he? He's probably got a couple of mil, 3-4 mil in his bank account. Okay? Now, I know someone's going to be like, well, that's not a smart thing to do. I'm just giving you an example. Okay? The next thing is your romantic affairs. Keep those quiet. Believe me, man. Don't mention which girl you're seeing, you know, and what she did. And don't be talking about that stuff. And there's nothing more disgusting than seeing a guy talking to his friends about what his girl did to him in the bedroom and shit. Have some fucking class, man. Have some respect. Self-respect, but also for your woman. Don't be going out there saying, oh, she did this and you wouldn't believe. Because then you're giving your friends information that could hurt you later on. Right? Plus, do you want other men to fantasize about your woman like that? To think of her in a sexual way? It's not a decent thing, man. You know, plus, a lot of people will announce who they're seeing early on and then somebody gets jealous. Once again, it goes back to the advice. Maybe they advise you not to pursue this woman, even though she's a good woman and she hasn't done you dirty in any way. But they're jealous. Maybe their dating life isn't going well. So keep that quiet. Look, at some point, once you get married, of course people are going to know you got married, etc. But at least in the early stages, there's no reason to talk about that shit, okay? The next thing is family problems. It's a decent thing to do to not speak about them to others, okay? Because you haven't asked for the permission of your family member to go outside and run the business of your family to other people, okay? It's not a decent thing to do. You argue with your father, with your mother. Don't go to your friends and start talking shit about your parents, about your brother, about your sister. You know, don't be doing that. As a man, resolve any conflict you have with your family. Let it stay in the house. Don't air your family's dirty laundry. Don't say, oh, this person did this in my family. This person did that. Plus, what does it make people think about you? If you start talking shit about your family, what I would assume is that if you're this comfortable talking shit about your family, you're going to talk shit about me. Because your family are the closest people in your life. And you only get one parent. Sorry, you only get, one father, one mother. You know, so you can't replace them. So if the people that are going to be in your life the longest you're talking shit about, then at some point, it's inevitable, you're going to start talking shit about me as well. So don't be airing your family's dirty laundry. Have some class, man. The next thing is the fancy shit that you own. So many guys these days get hunted down by, these criminal gangs because they're on Instagram flexing all the watches they own, all this, all that. Don't go out of your way to tell the world about all the luxuries that you own. Congratulations. I'm glad you're doing well. Okay? Fantastic. But there's no need to post it on your story. Once again, it goes back down to what I was saying earlier about insecurity, Do you really want people to applaud you because you have a nice watch? Why can't you just enjoy your nice watch? If somebody compliments you in public, great. There you go. That's your need for compliments satisfied in person. It's much better. But you posting on social media, you don't know who's watching. You don't know who's plotting. These footballers get targeted all the time. Now, I'm not saying that a lot of them deserve to get targeted. No, because I don't know if they post about what they earn on social media. But there's no need. Okay? There's no need to be posting about that shit. Keep it private. Okay? And lastly, don't talk about all the good that you do. You give to charity, mashallah, congratulations, you're a great person. But if you're like, hey guys, look at how much I donated this week, it just makes you appear like a fucking scumbag. You want the clicks, you want the likes, the comments. You're not doing this because it comes from a good place and you're a good person. No, you want other people to applaud you. Wow, look at Mark. He donates a lot of money. Wow, amazing. Come on, man. There's no need for that shit. Give money in private to the less fortunate. And just enjoy that feeling of being able to make a difference. Keep it to yourself. Okay? Don't be posting on social media, man. Now, if somebody records you somehow, they find you and they record you doing an act of good, that's beyond your control. You didn't intend on this person recording you. Okay? But if you're like, hey, look guys, I've given away this much. Look, in Islam, which is my faith, it's all about intentions. Okay? Your intentions have to be pure. So if your intention is that I'm going to help this homeless person so that I could get views and followers, you're not going to get rewarded for that. And on the day of judgment, God will hold you accountable. Because obviously we can't see people's intentions. We can't look into somebody's soul and be like, yeah, this person intended on doing that for you. We can't see that. But you will be questioned on that one day. Okay? Now, I know I've gone off topic here a little bit, but intentions are important. Don't be doing it for other people's approval. Help this person out because you're a good person and it comes from a good place. All right? So hopefully this video has helped you, fellas. If it has, make sure you like down below, comment as well. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. I create self-improvement content specifically for men out there. Okay? Let's improve. 2023 is ours, fellas. I'm going to finish off this coffee and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.